Are you running Google Ads and getting phone calls, but most of the phone calls are low quality or spam? You might be making a few common mistakes that can attract the wrong kind of callers. In this video, we'll go over those mistakes and how to fix them, so you can start attracting high quality phone calls without overspending your budget. So let's get started. So guys, we're in our Google Ads dashboard, and if you're running Google Ads and your main goal from running Google Ads is to generate as many phone calls as possible, in this video I'm going to share with you some of the ways to increase the quality of your phone calls and what worked in my experience to increase the quality of those phone calls. Some accounts might be making clear mistakes without realizing it, and those mistakes might be leading low quality phone calls. In this video, we're going to go through some of the strategies that can improve the quality of the traffic you're getting, and with that way you can turn that traffic into high quality phone calls. This is one of my clients' account, and as you can see, in the last 30 days we've generated 530 clicks and 132 phone calls, and you can see other metrics: CTR 5%, conversion rate 23%. And you might be asking, how is the quality of those phone calls? So we're going to see call details report about this particular account, and if you're going to see that from here, it's the last 30 days, as you can see, and these are the number of phone calls we've received: 131 phone calls. And as you can see in this call details report, you can see the call duration, caller's country code, area code, phone number, and the recording. Some of the recordings can be played, some of them cannot be played because of the unverified URL status. So you can link your Google Ads to your Google Search Console. And you can also see the status of those phone calls. For example, it can be received, or some of them may be missed calls. As you can see, most of them are received. And you can see the call source. Some of them came from the ad, some of them came from the website. And you can see call type, and you can see campaign and other data. So the point is, how can we analyze the quality of those phone calls? If the phone calls, let's say, are more than 40 seconds, or in your industry, let's say, based on your criteria, if the phone call is more than 60 seconds, we can assume that the quality of those phone calls can be higher quality. Otherwise, if they would be searching for other services, they would just ask, do you guys provide these services? And you may say, no, we don't provide these kind of services, and they just hang up. Or if they are looking for some other companies and they ask for that specific company and they find out that you're a different company, and they just immediately hang up. So the call length may not last, let's say, more than 40 seconds or 50 seconds. But if the caller duration is more than 60 seconds, we can assume that the quality of those phone calls can be higher. So let's filter the results and see how many phone calls are more than 60 seconds. So we can filter that from here. And if the phone call duration is more than 60 seconds, we're going to see them in this call details report. As you can see, 99 of those phone calls out of 131 are phone calls more than 60 seconds. But that doesn't mean if they are less than 60 seconds, they were low quality. Maybe for some reason, they couldn't speak long enough. So we can just follow up and speak with them. And let's imagine those were low quality phone calls, and phone calls more than 60 seconds are high quality. And still, those numbers are high: 99 phone calls out of 131. And as you can see, those phone calls are, some of them more than 60 seconds, some of them more than 2 minutes, some of them more than 3 minutes. So these are the quality of those phone calls, as you can see. So you can assume that most of these phone calls were high quality. Now, how can we improve the quality of the phone calls? And I would share with you some of the ways what worked in my experience to get higher quality phone calls. A quick reminder: do you want me to review your Google Ads account for free? Then you can click the link in the description below and request your custom audit. This isn't a generic audit you can get elsewhere. I'll create it in a video format, about 3 to 5 minutes long, where I quickly go over your Google Ads campaigns. This way, it won't take much of my time, and at the same time, it can be valuable to you. I'll focus on highlighting the most important points or changes you need to make in your Google Ads account. You can either work with me if you want, or you can apply the changes on your own without any obligation. So if you're interested, you can apply for a free audit. So let's start from the first one. So we've opened an account and we're in the keyword planner and the planning, and you can click on discover new keywords. And let's say our target keyword is towing, and we're going to see the results. As you can see, we have 401 keyword ideas available. And because you are receiving very low quality traffic, you should be targeting only selected number of keywords which are very high quality. So those keywords can be from here based on this list. We're not going to be choosing, for example, towing or tow truck. They can have medium or low quality traffic. So instead, we would target higher quality traffic so that we're not going to be risking a lot, and the probability of receiving higher quality traffic from these kind of keywords can be higher. So we can choose a very few but very high quality traffic from here. For example, let's say we've chosen these 6 keywords. But if you are making keyword research, you can choose a lot more keywords, but the quality or the types of keywords you can choose can be these types of keywords. And there are longer tail keywords, and they are more specific, and they can have higher intent. So if somebody is searching for these kind of keywords, they're more likely use your service if they call to your business. So this is one of the most important things when running Google Ads, which is choosing very high quality keywords that can spend your budget very efficiently and only receive traffic from the highest intent keywords. And the next thing, just choosing these keywords are not enough. We should be choosing these keywords and turning them into a correct match type. So if you're gonna just copy them and use them as they are, by default, they're gonna be broad match keywords. So once you've chosen them, you should turn them into phrase match and exact match, or only exact match keywords. So depending on your location, let's say in your location there are too much competition, and phrase match keywords can sometimes bring lower quality traffic that can attract other company names. For example, if you target this keyword, tow truck near me, as a phrase match, this can also attract AAA roadside assistance, because that's phrase match, and with phrase match there is a potential you can attract clicks that include brand terms. So your potential users might be looking for your competition and they can see your ad. You can check whether phrase matches are going to be useful for you in the future by running them a couple of days and see if phrase matches are bringing sometimes higher quality traffic and sometimes lower quality traffic. And if you add negative keywords, excluding those lower quality traffic, there is a chance that your search terms report can get cleaner and cleaner in the future. And you can use this phrase match and exact match combinations, and they can help you reduce your cost per click. Another way would be if there are too much competition and phrase matches are bringing lots of irrelevant traffic that can attract people who are looking for other companies. You can only run exact match keywords, but the downside of running only exact match keywords can be the cost per click can be expensive and search volume can be lower, but the quality of the clicks you are getting can be much higher. And the next thing is you should be building higher quality landing page that is customized to generate phone calls to your business. So for Google Ads, it is advisable to create a landing page just for Google Ads. And if they can be related to your target keywords or ad groups, it could be even better. So let me show you a basic example of a landing page, how it should look like. So this is one of the example landing pages in the plumbing industry, and this is the H1 headline, the main headline, and this is the description, and this is the call to action. This is a very basic but a very good example of the landing page. In some accounts, I've seen there are too many distractions, there are too many call to actions, but this is a very good example of a landing page. But there can be hundreds of other designing ideas how to create the landing page and how to create that to receive phone calls from Google Ads. And with my own clients, I can also create a landing page funnel specifically designed for Google Ads to generate phone calls, and we can use them for Google Ads. But the point is, your landing page should be customized to generate phone calls, and the content of your landing page should be relevant to your target keywords, to your ad groups and campaigns. And that can help you to increase the relevancy and to communicate clearly which kind of services you offer. And if somebody finds it relevant to their search query they use it on Google, there is a very high chance that a person seeing your ad and clicking on your ad can call to your business after seeing the relevant headlines and descriptions shown in your landing page. And the next thing is you should choose the correct campaign type. If the quality of the phone calls are not good, there is also a chance that you might be using a wrong campaign type. So there can be different campaign types in Google Ads. For example, if we're going to create a new campaign, we can see the different campaign types. And we have these kind of campaign types if we're going to choose a goal as a lead. So we have search, performance max, demand gen, video, display, shopping. And if you have just created your Google Ads account, Google tries to push smart campaigns. So it can be mostly using AI or machine learning to generate clicks to your ads. So the quality of those kind of clicks can be really poor. If you are using, let's say, performance max and display, I would not be surprised if the quality of those phone calls more than 80% of the time are low quality. Because in my experience, when I run performance max, 70 to 80% of the time, the quality of the phone calls from Performance Max campaigns can be really low. And with display, for example, we one time analyzed our quality of the lead forms, and apparently 100% of the lead forms came from display ads were very low quality or spam. So I would not recommend you to run Performance Max or display or any type of smart campaigns Google may offer. I would only suggest you to run Google search ads. And even if you're running search ads, I would suggest you to exclude other networks such as display or other search partners network. And with that way, you can improve the quality of the traffic you can get. And the next thing is you can analyze your search terms report and you can focus more on the things that has worked in the past. So I'm going to show you an example from an account which is running. So we're going to go to the search terms report and we're going to scroll down and we can scroll to the right. And as you can see in the last 30 days, some of the keywords are consistently generating conversions. And you can add certain search terms which haven't been added already. So you can scroll down and find certain keywords which are bringing you conversions or which are wasting your budget. You can analyze those search terms and focus on the keywords which are already working, and you can spend more budget on those keywords. And the next thing is you should add as many negative keywords as possible. Again, as an example, we're going to use towing. And as you can see, we have 401 keyword ideas available, and we can go through all of these keywords. And from here, we can find some of the keywords might be irrelevant to your industry, or they can include some brand terms. For example, I'm seeing a lot of AAA company name. For example, you can add the word AAA as a negative keyword, or you can add the word prices as a negative keyword, or the costs as a negative keyword, because those people might just be searching for prices, and they may be people, after calling several companies, they may choose only one company. So you can add these kind of terms as negative keywords. For example, you can add prices, cost, or let's say you can add this specific keyword as negative, agero, or you can go through this keyword list one by one and find the irrelevant service names or the company names and add them as negative keywords. This is one of the best ways. And another way would be you can open Google Maps and find companies nearby in your location and add them as negative keywords. And you can also add the root terms. For example, the root terms can be, this is your competitor name, right? AAA towing. You can add this term as root term as negative keyword. Or this can be your competitor name. You can add this term as negative. So there can be only one or two keywords that is related to your competitors, and you can add those one or two words as negative so that you will not get search terms that includes those competitor terms in the future. And the next way of adding negative keywords would be also by going to the campaigns and on the insights and reports. And once you've generated some data, you can regularly go to your search terms report and add irrelevant or low quality terms from here by analyzing your search terms report. And the next thing would be you should track only real conversions. So we're in the conversions section, and you can find active conversions from here. And these conversions are active. So we can have submit lead forms, but our main focus is to generate phone calls. So if you're going to see this category, phone call lead, you can see in the last 30 days, it has generated 90 phone calls from ads. As you can see, these are phone calls from ads. So without tracking our conversions, we wouldn't know whether our ads are working or not. And we should have some requirements for our ads to be recorded as conversions. For example, if the phone call length is more than 30 seconds, you're gonna record them as a conversion. But in your case, if you are receiving lots of spam or low quality phone calls, you can increase that limit. For example, in our case, we're not receiving those kind of spam phone calls a lot. So that's why our requirement is a lot lower. So if they are more than 5 seconds, we're going to record them as a conversion because we're not receiving a lot of spam phone calls. But in your case, you might be receiving a lot of spam phone calls, and you can put this number as, let's say, 60 seconds or 40 seconds. And you can record them as conversions, and in your Google Ads dashboard, they're going to be recorded as conversion. So you can put that requirement, and if you're using maximize conversions bidding strategy, that smart bidding strategy can focus more on the phone calls more than 60 seconds and tries to generate more and more those kind of conversions. And the last thing in our list, you should test, refine, and repeat. That means you should keep optimizing your account. Again, by going to the search terms report, you can analyze the quality of the searches you're getting. If certain keywords are performing good, you can focus more on those kind of keywords. If certain keywords are generating lots of low quality keywords and they're wasting a lot of your budget without bringing conversions or with very high cost per conversion, you can consider pausing those kind of keywords. And by implementing the strategies that I've shared in this video, there is a very high chance you can improve the quality of the phone calls you can get from Google Ads. So depending on your account structure, there can be custom optimizations that can be made. But these were some of the main things that can help you. And there is a very high chance, based on my experience, that can improve the quality of the phone calls you can get from Google Ads. So guys, if you want to generate phone calls to your business using Google Ads and want my help, you can apply to work with me. The link is in the description. Otherwise, thank you guys for watching this video, and see you guys in my other videos.